Good morning. Today we're going to be making Spanish eggs. So the first thing you do with that is you start with a little orange juice and you make yourself a mimosa first so that you're really ready to start this process. Next thing you're going to need are all of your ingredients. 1 tube of your favorite sausage. I got Bob Evans spicy sausage, zesty and spicy. I usually use 2 jalapenos, a box of Zatarain's Spanish rice, which requires 1.5 cups of water, some of your favorite salsa, cheese, and eggs. That's your ingredients for this whole recipe. Okay, the first step we're going to do is brown our sausage. So we've put our sausage in here partially brown. We've diced our jalapenos. I'm going to add that right to the sausage while it's browning. We're going to continue browning this until it's completely cooked. So at this point you should be into about your 3rd mimosa of the morning. And your sausage should be getting good and brown, along with sauteing the jalapenos right into that to add flavor. So now you're ready to add your rice. So you're going to open your rice, and inside your rice you'll find a little packet. This is already pre-seasoned. We'll cut this open. Just add it right on top of the sausage, along with 1.5 cups of water. And you'll start to get pretty wet consistency. We've got to stir this up a little bit. So while your rice is cooking in there, and you can see it boiling slowly, I've turned the temperature down a little bit. Add a little bit of salsa. This is kind of a optional ingredient if you like. I usually like to add about three good spoonfuls just to give it a little bit more flavor. And we'll let that cook in with the rice as well. We're going to cover this and let that rice boil. Okay, our rice has boiled a little bit. You'll see the consistency of this. It's still pretty wet, but there's not a lot of wetness at the very bottom of the skillet. But you need some moisture in here because we're going to steam our eggs. So the first thing we're going to do, the rice is pretty much cooked. You can tell it's drying out here on top. We're going to make little spots where we're going to put our eggs. With a spoon, just a little indentation. And then we're going to put 1 egg in each one of those indentations. Right on top of the rice. Just busting an egg into each one of those. And once we've got all of our eggs busted and filled, we're going to cover that back up because the moisture that's in there is going to steam those eggs. And it's important you have enough moisture still left to steam the eggs with them covered. Okay, so I've turned the heat up a little bit on this to get it boiling a little bit hotter, and that will create more steam to cook your eggs. You can kind of see where we're at right now. Those eggs have cooked pretty well. So we're going to As a last step, again, this is optional, but as a last step, I usually like to sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top of there for extra goodness. We're just going to put a layer of cheese sprinkled on there. And then I'm going to cover the lid again and let that cheese melt. Okay, we have completed our cooking. This should be ready for breakfast. The cheese is melted. I think you'll notice when I scoop these out of here, while there's a little bit of liquid at the sides boiling, most of the liquid has boiled out of this. And we're just going to go ahead and serve this now. Breakfast goodness, ready for your pleasure. Damn, that's good.